Hi guys, it's Miss Sam. We miss you guys and we hope you guys are all being safe at home. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make muffins. So I have my recipe pulled up here. Okay, and I have my muffins all set out. We're going to be making chocolate chip muffins today. So the first thing our recipe says is to get a bowl and baking spatula. So I'm going to think to myself, where can I find a bowl? So I know I keep my bowls up here next to the sink. So I'm going to take this one out. This silver one is the one that we use for baking. Okay. And then I need to think, where am I going to keep a baking spatula? So where do I keep my utensils? So I keep my utensils in this drawer. Okay. And here's my baking spatula. Okay. The next thing our recipe says is to get a measuring cup and an oven mitt. So I'm going to use a ½ cup measuring cup because that's what my instructions say on my recipe and on the back of my muffin packet. So I keep my measuring cups in here also. So I'm going to take out this one. So this is a ½ cup measuring cup. And then I'm also going to get my oven mitt. Okay, so I keep my oven mitts over here next to the oven. Okay. The next thing my recipe says to get is the muffin mix, which I have right here. Normally we keep our muffin mix in our pantries or in different cabinets around our house. Okay. The next thing I need to get is Pam spray and a muffin pan. Okay, I keep my Pam spray up here next to the oven and the microwave. So I have that here, and then I keep my muffin pan underneath my oven. I'm going to take out this one. Okay. I'm going to take everything over here. Okay. The next thing my recipe says to do is to preheat the oven to 400 degrees. Okay, so make sure you're with a parent or someone to watch over you, just to be careful when you're preheating and taking things in and out of the oven because you don't want to burn yourself. That's why we have our oven mitts, okay? So I'm going to preheat this to 400 degrees. Let's see. Okay. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is add muffin mix to the bowl. So I have my bowl right here. I'm going to take out a scissor to open my muffin mix. Okay, I'm going to pour it into my bowl. Make sure you get it all out. Okay. The next thing my recipe says to do is measure ½ cup of water and pour it into the bowl. So I'm going to use my measuring cup like I have here. And actually, I just noticed Miss Sam made a mistake. This says 1/3 and I actually need a 1/2. So let me see. Not in the right spot. Let's see where Miss Sam put her measuring cups. Let's see. I think there might be one in here. 1/3. It's really important to read them just to make sure you get the right measurements. Okay, here we go. So now I'm going to go over to my sink and I'm going to fill my measuring cup to the top. Okay. And then I'm going to pour it into the bowl. Okay, now it says mix it all together using the baking spatula. So I'm going to take my baking spatula that I have here and I'm going to mix it all together really well. Careful not to make too much of a mess. You don't want to see any dry ingredients. You want to make sure it's all mixed together. Cool. So it looks just like that. Okay. Next, my recipe says to spray the muffin pan with my Pam spray. So I'm going to take my Pam spray and I'm going to spray my muffin pan so that my muffins don't stick. Okay. Awesome. Put that here. Okay, next my recipe says to use the spatula, the baking spatula, to put the muffin mix into the pan. So now that I've mixed everything together really, really well, I'm gonna use my baking spatula to put the muffin mix into the pan. There we go. And you can make different kinds of muffins. You can make blueberry muffins, or you can make chocolate chip muffins like the ones I'm making. Lots of different good kinds of muffins. Okay, let's see if we can get one more, maybe really small muffin. Awesome. Okay. So next, my recipe says to use the oven mitt to put the pan into the oven. So like I said before, it's really important that we're really careful because our oven is really, really hot. So I'm gonna put my oven mitt on and carefully put my muffins in the oven. Okay. And then my recipe says to set a timer for 15 minutes. So you could set a timer on your phone or on your watch. I'm gonna set my timer on the oven for 15 minutes. Okay. After my timer goes off in 15 minutes, I'm going to use my oven mitt to take the muffins out of the oven. After that, I'm gonna allow them to cool for 5 minutes. And then I'm going to clean up all my dirty dishes and my kitchen tools. So when I'm washing my dishes, I want to make sure that I rinse everything off like this. Put some soap in there. And I'm using warm water because the warm water kills any bacteria or anything that's not good for us. I'm just gonna scrub it all clean. Okay, and I'm gonna leave those in there and throw away all my stuff. Okay. So that's how you guys make muffins. I hope you guys have a really great day, and we can't wait to see you guys soon.